Hello and welcome to another episode of Those Two IM Guys with me, James Kennedy, and my co-host, Tony Earp. Today is going to be quite exciting because we're actually going to have a really interesting discussion and beating up some of those myths and fantasies about affiliate marketing online. So I've got some really cool questions that I'm going to share with Tony, and we're going to kind of discuss them in great detail today. So first one, anyone can make money online. Tony.
Okay, well, my opinion on this, James, is quite straightforward. It's really down to the person's mindset. Yeah. Anyone can make a living online, they can earn money online, but it's down to the individual's mindset ultimately. Whether they think they can just press a button and earn £1 million or $1 million overnight, or whether they're prepared to put the hard work and dedication in and focus to build a long-term sustainable income online. I find, I don't know, you can have your input in a second, obviously, but what I find is people have this mind.
Well, you froze up a little bit, Tony, there.
Mindset that they think it's going to be super easy. Sorry?
You just froze up there. So we got people have this mindset and you froze up a little bit there.
Right, okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm just saying people have this mindset where, in general, where they think they can literally press a button and all this money is going to jump into their bank account. And we know the reality is, James, that isn't the case yet.
No, it's definitely not the case, not at all. In actual fact, until you get, in my opinion, until you kind of get focused on what route you're going down and obviously knowing some steps to take, it's certainly not. Because one of my next question was going to be, making money online is easy work. Really? No.
Okay, guys, if you, just to all the viewers, yeah, if you're looking for an easy ride, internet marketing is not going to be for you. Yeah, let's make that clear. But this is just a reality. Myself and James, we're trying to give you the reality of the situation here. Yes, you can earn, a great living online, but as I said a few moments ago, it takes dedication, focus, and hard work to, earn that living and sustain it long-term online. Yeah. I know, James is relatively new into the business, but he's gradually doing better and better and better for himself. How have you found that, James? What's the main obstacle you find?
Again, my biggest obstacle, I suppose, is distractions. Shiny objects. I find that, I can be working on something. And again, this has probably been my experience because I've probably only really been doing this properly for a year now. Before that, I had been buying several shiny objects every other week for many, many years. I thought I was going to get into affiliate marketing and online marketing, etc., but I never really done it because I would buy something and it looked great and the sales copy was incredible. And then I bought it and I realized this is actually hard work. Don't need that. I'll wait and get the next one because the next one's going to be better and better. So the word I would say is distractions. Those distractions are really what's were keeping me from my goals to actually making an income.
Yeah, so that you found that was holding you back more than actually doing the work. Yeah,
absolutely. Because as I say, if I had found something at that point and said, listen, like the conversation we're having right now is going to save our people tens of thousands of dollars, it's basically all those different distractions. They take you off your focus path, and then by doing that, think, oh, this will be great. And then before you realize, you forgot exactly what you were doing. So yeah, that was one of my major problems, without a doubt.
Yeah, I mean, the reason you're buying all that stuff, and it's happened to me, and I've no doubt everybody watching, they've been through that same situation or they're going through that same situation currently. The reason they're buying all that stuff is because internet marketing people are great salespeople. That's the fact. They've learned their trade. They know their stuff. Yeah. They know how to write good copy and create great graphics and, make something sound push button simple. That's their job. That's what they do. They sell you stuff. Yeah. And never forget that. Every sales page you look at, is trying to sell you something. Yeah.
Absolutely.
We'll mention to the audience, between now and the end of the show, I do have a secret to share with you that's going to save you tens of thousands of dollars and a long time, a lot of years of your time. So I'll be explaining what that secret is to you between now and the end of the show. So keep watching, yeah.
Awesome, awesome. So another one of the myths: I must reinvent the wheel to make money. What do you think on that?
No, not at all, Jay. I mean, if you look at some of the best-selling products online today, they're either improvements on previous softwares, or they're pretty much the same sort of software, but a more affordable price, so it appeals to more people. So no, you guys, you don't need to reinvent the wheel. Improve on what's already out there, and do it at a better price.
And this is one of the ones that I've heard so many times when I started doing this. There's too much competition.
Yeah, there is, James. But there's competition in everything we do in life, isn't there?
Absolutely.
Whether that's getting the last tin of beans on the shelf at the supermarket, or playing a sport, or whatever the case may be. There's competition in everything we do in life. But does that stop us doing anything? No. So it shouldn't stop you earning an income online.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, there is competition, but again, how do you stand out from that competition? What makes you different? What's you?
Yeah, and that's spot on, James. You've got to take the positive from that and say, okay, let me look at my competition. How can I do better than what they're doing? How can I produce a better product, give better pricing, give better customer service? I think that's a positive thing. You should be worried if you've got no competition, because it means that what you're planning as a product or a service has probably got no market. Yeah,
nobody's buying it. Because if they were buying it, there would be lots of competition.
No audience to buy it, basically.
Exactly. Don't be a pioneer. Pioneers are usually the guys with arrows in their backs. Emulation is definitely the better model. Learning, looking at something, improving on it, and as you say, being either adding more into that product or being more financially competitive.
Yeah, definitely take it as a positive, guys. The more competition, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Don't waste your time. It's all a scam, Tony. It's all a scam.
Okay. Have you found that's the case, James?
Oh God, all the time. Oh, it's a scam. It's a scam.
Yeah, I mean, the reality is, again, to our viewers, the reality is that, like anything in life, there's scams out there. There's scammers out there. Whether it's by a SMS text message, whether it's by email, whether it's somebody knocking on your door, whatever the case may be, there are scammers around. You've just got to be vigilant and do your due diligence and make sure that what you're buying is legitimate. Yeah.
Absolutely. Because you get this, the internet's a big, dark, scary place, and everybody's there to screw you over and scam you and take your money. And, yeah, there is people. But again, whether it's the guy that's chapping your door, trying to be a fraudulent gas salesman or whatever it may be to get your credit card details, or it's someone phoning you up saying that you've just, your website's locked down and you need to pay us so much and we'll unlock it, or we're going to report you. It's everywhere. So whether it's people online, whether it's the telephone, whether it's somebody trying to sell you a dodgy car, there's people all over the world where they're going to try and take advantage of you.
Yeah, it's part of life, James, isn't it?
Absolutely.
There's scammers out there, and online marketing, internet marketing is no different. There are scammers out there. Be aware of that, guys. There are scammers out there. But do your due diligence, be vigilant, and usually, and this old phrase, if it sounds too good to be true, it normally is, work on that basis, because it's usually the fact, yeah? Absolutely.
So here's the next question. The internet is a great business because you can quickly and easily make a ton of cash.
Okay. All right. Well, all I will say to that is, I've got quite a lot of experience in this business, and James is getting there himself. And neither of us are ready to retire yet. So, yeah, guys, you can earn a great living online, and you can earn, huge amounts of money if you work hard at this business. But trust me, it is not going to happen overnight. Get your mindset in the place where it's dedication, focus, hard work, and you will succeed. Don't let anybody, crush your dreams. That's not what we're talking about here. You know, everyone should have dreams and adhere to them, but ultimately nothing's going to happen overnight. It takes hard work and dedication. And, you know,
Oh, you've just froze
from
up
a
again.
personal, my own journey, you know, it was a lot. It was a lot.
Sorry, you just froze up again there.
Okay, my apologies, guys. Internet must be playing up today. But yeah, from my own personal perspective, you know, I worked a lot of years before I started having any success online, you know, any real success online. So yeah, you can certainly learn from myself and James going forward. Yeah.
Yeah, when I hear that it's a get quick rich scheme, I just think of the mortal noise of family fortunes. You know, it's really it's just
yeah,
not,
definitely
not true. It's not true. I feel that again in that environment, you know, you're going to make, it's going to take a little bit of time for you to make some money. And I think from my experience, I set small goals, small, realistic, achievable goals. You know, I want to make. I wanted to make $1,000 a month, and then it was like, I want to make $2,000 a month, because when I'm starting to get to there, and then before I knew it, there was months where I was making $5,000 a month.
Yeah.
And the next goal for me, and again, this is something that you might want to think about. I brought this off my wall. It's still got the blue tack on the back of it, and it's about setting goals. And this is my next big goal. I want to start putting money away to buy a motorhome for my family.
Fantastic, yeah.
And that's not something that is going to kind of happen overnight, but it's the next evolution of, right, if I get to 10,000 a month, that could be affordable for me.
What that does, James, in your mindset, it sets you some goals to achieve.
Absolutely.
And that's always a great thing, guys. So, you know, set yourself, like James is doing, set yourself small, achievable goals. And once you reach those, set the bar slightly higher, then slightly higher, then slightly higher. And, you know, you will succeed, but it's not on overnight. You know, I get so frustrated, James, I'm sure it's the same for you with these push a button, make $10,000, take my course, and I'll make you a millionaire in 7 days. Oh my God, I feel like screaming, you know?
Yeah.
It's so frustrating, especially, I really feel for the new people to our industry, because, guys, I want to say to you, not everybody in internet marketing is like that, okay? We've been talking about scams and everything, beware of them, of course, but there's a lot more legitimate internet marketers than there are scammers.
Absolutely.
You can trust me on that.
And again, you know, people think it's all fun, fast cars, yachts, gorgeous people surrounding you, and you know, I would like to dispel that myth. It's not.
No, it's not. Yeah, it's
the reality is you're in an office or in front of your computer many hours a day. So that's something that I don't know.
Saying that phrase, James, you know, hard work, dedication, focus. You need to set your mindset to those three things, guys, because that's what will make you money online. Is hard work, dedication, and focus. And you know, I can speak from you know my own personal experience on that. Yeah.
I always find it really funny when you see the kind of the young guy, you know, the chiseled young guy with the and you know, and he's walking about and he's like, look, I can make £1 gazillion a day just with my laptop. I'm sitting on a beach now. And
sat on his Ferrari with a yacht in the background. Yeah.
And the reality is, if you've ever took a laptop to the beach, you're like this, because you can't see the screen. The heat, the sweat's pouring into your face. You get sand everywhere. You would never take this to a beach, really. You know what I mean?
James, again, let's be real here.
Oh,
if somebody, let's be real here, yeah? If somebody has put in the hard work, the dedication, and the focus to get themselves and their income to that level, you know, through that hard work, and they want to buy themselves a nice car, or they want to buy a nice home, or a yacht, if they're that successful, then fantastic, good on you. But I think putting those things in your sales copy to entice people that, and again, I'm not talking about shattering people's dreams here. I'm talking about to entice people to buy your course, etc. On a personal level, I think that's wrong.
Yeah, because it makes it look as if you can literally have that yacht, that mansion, that Ferrari,
Yeah.
and you're sitting there on the beach. The reality is that person has probably put a lot of time, money, and effort in to get to that level. And we all want to get to that level. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, everybody really wants to be that successful.
Sure.
But it doesn't happen overnight. It certainly doesn't, you know. So moving on to the next question. You can only make money by teaching other people how to make money.
Okay. Well, there was there was a very, very top marketer told me some time ago that apparently you can earn 100 times more by selling a system to a proven system to somebody than you can by using that system yourself. How true that is, I have no idea, but you know, I trust that marketer's opinion on a lot of things. He shall remain nameless, by the way, but he's a top UK marketer. All I would say is this, you know, well, let me ask you, James, how have you found that?
Well, I mean, that model does work. There's no doubt about it. Because if I can find a system that shows me how to make $100 a day, and I learn how to do that, it's quite easy for me to create a product to show other people how to make $100 a day.
Yeah.
By selling that product, I'm going to make a lot more than $100 a day. So it kind of is true.
Okay, but I get that, and I understand completely. And don't get me wrong, what that marketer told me, looking at sales statistics and everything of certain top courses, etc., that's proven to be true. But let's be honest here. If you had a system that was earning you $100, $500, $1,000 a day, would you share that?
No.
Really?
$100 a day.
Guys, viewers, be honest. Be honest out there, right? I'm going to be honest with you. Well, I wouldn't share it. No chance.
No.
Not until I had a good few $1 million in the bank anyway.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a system that was making you $100 a day and you knew that it was scalable and it wasn't going to affect your $100 a day, then I wouldn't have a problem sharing that. But if a system, let's say I had a system that was making me $500 to $1,000 a day, I'm not going to share that, because who knows when the bubble will burst. Because I could teach that to you, Tony, and then you think I'm going to create a course and I'm going to go out there and show everybody how to do that, and then my $500 to $1,000 a day is gone, you know. So the reality is, no.
Well, if you sold a thousand, if you sold 1,000 copies of that course, James, you've all of a sudden you've got 1,000 competitors competing for your share of that money, haven't you?
Absolutely, exactly.
So again, guys, think logically, do your due diligence, think about things. Don't just hit the buy button. Sometimes get the sales page up, walk away from it for a day. Yeah, even if it's got a timer on there, most timers, this false scarcity, the price ain't going to change, trust me. Very rarely is that false scarcity real. Yeah.
And another thing I learned from another really successful marketer, when you're reading those sales pages, if you've got either it's like, for example, I've got some sales copy here from a UK, it's a different thing, it's not an online thing. It's a UK marketer that promotes kind of helping businesses improve. But again, another marketer told me, if you're reading through this part and you get to this section and it's like, that really makes you want to reach for your credit card, highlight that section, because the next time you're writing copy, use that as inspiration for your sales copy, because that's going to help you convert better because of that,
Yeah, James, it's no surprise why there are experts in sales copy, and that's because the copy sells.
Absolutely, they spend so much. I mean, there's some marketers. I mean, if we go back to not actually so much on online marketing, but more offline marketing, a few years ago, when you were getting these kind of sales letters through the door instead of into your email box. There was a guy called Gary Halbert, and you'll obviously know who Gary Halbert is. Gary Halbert was an insanely talented copywriter, and he was getting paid sometimes $20, $30, $40, $50,000 to write a sales letter. Wow. And 20% of the revenue from the sales letter. Because they're so talented, they can just turn words into money. It's incredible. you know.
James, we see it every day, every week of the year, don't we? You know, you've got really good products that the copy's maybe not so strong, so it doesn't sell very well. And then you've got absolutely rubbish products with great sales copy that sell thousands of copies.
Yeah.
And it's very frustrating.
Soul destroying.
Yeah, it is soul. It can be soul destroying, but that's the reality.
Mm-hmm.
You know, copy sells. And you know, when you're looking at sales pages, guys, you need to remember that, yeah.
Yeah, definitely, because it's not the first time I've looked. There's another small internet marketer, and his products are incredible, but his sales copy's not great, and his websites are quite bland, if I'm being honest, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's such a shame, because the guy gives you absolute solid information, and you think, what the heck, you know. But anyway, let's move on to another subject.
Okay, let's do so.
Okay, you need to be an expert to make money.
No, if you are an expert in a given subject or topic, fantastic. You know, you've got something that you're passionate about that you can then, you know, create a course from, create a product from, or both, and then sell that to your chosen audience. But it's not essential. Let me make that very, very clear. Have you found not being an expert in anything in particular has held you back, James?
No, not at all. And what I find is quite nice, especially from, obviously we're talking about internet marketing, but a part of internet marketing is affiliate marketing.
Of course, yeah.
And the thing is, you can find an expert who has got a wonderful course that I can promote, and I get 50% commission for promoting that product. If I can get him a sale, we share the profits. And I can't be an expert in everything, but there's nothing to stop me promoting many different experts on different subjects, especially if they all relate in general online business, you know.
Yeah, I totally agree. But yeah, guys, you do not need to be an expert. It helps, but you don't have to be, because you can hire experts to, you know, fill in the gaps for you if you need to. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. There's a book that I've got, and it's not the how, but the who.
Yeah.
And that's literally in essence what it is about. You can't be an expert in everything. You can't do it all. You can subcontract people from other parts of the world, which is really quite nice. If you're watching this and you're living in the UK or you're living in America, where obviously income is high, but there's places around the world, India, Pakistan, the Philippines, where you can get hugely talented people to work for you on a remote basis for pennies on the dollar or pennies on the pound. You know?
Yeah, it's very rare that you find an internet marketer or an entrepreneur that has, you know, that vast skill set. They're usually just very talented people in their own way, but they have teams around them, so they'll outsource the graphics, they'll outsource the copy, you know, etc., 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 and get that done by the experts. So guys, you do not need to be an expert. It helps, but it's not essential.
Now, next question. You need to quit your job and you can become a millionaire overnight.
Yeah. Do you know, if we had $1 for every time we've heard or read that, we won't be having this conversation. We'd be on the beach in the Bahamas somewhere, generally.
We'd be like, Tony, pass them Bahama Mama, the cocktails, you know, absolutely.
Again, I'll throw that back to you just so you could have your input. What's your thoughts on that?
No, you don't. In my opinion, this is internet marketing is a beautiful business where you can schedule some emails to send out when you've got the time. If you've got time when you come in the evening, you can schedule these emails to go out at the specific time that you think is most relevant to your audience. You can do this around about your job until you get to the position where you're making more money in your part-time business than your full-time business. Again, as I say, and some people might never want to, I mean, me personally, for those that don't know my background, before I came into affiliate marketing, internet marketing in general, I was a tour guide and a magician. COVID-19 hit and everything was decimated and I had to find a new way to make an income.
Yep.
But when tourism comes back and entertainment comes back, I won't be doing anywhere near as much as I did in the past, but I'll still keep my hand in because I love those two jobs. I like being on stage. I like being in the hills and the whiskey distilleries and things around Scotland. So yeah.
And isn't it nice to have different options as well? Different sources of income, you know?
course.
And if you can enjoy what you do and get paid for it, even better.
Absolutely. It was a course that I bought from Nightingale Conant years ago, and it made perfect sense to me. And it was a guy called Robert G. Allen, and it was called Multiple Streams of Income. And my memory going back was, when I think about the butchers that were third and fourth generation butchers, and then BSE hit here in the UK, more affectionately known as mad cow disease, and businesses, families that had farms, shops, completely decimated with this one thing. Again, like COVID-19, there's certain businesses that will never recover from this. However, there's businesses that completely flourished. If you've got one business, you're rolling the one dice and hoping it doesn't land on that number for you, as opposed to if you've got several dice, you can move and adapt, you can be flexible.
Yeah, exactly. You know, if you get one or two income sources that sort of dry up a little bit, then you can add additional ones, or you can improve the other ones that you've got, you know. So you've got a lot of flexibility there. When you've got one source of income and something happens to that, you've got a problem.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Sorry, James, what I would say to our viewers is if you're currently in a job and you're desperate to get away from that, and that's why you're looking at internet marketing or affiliate marketing or earning an income online in general, everyone's got bills to pay, guys. Yeah, so don't be stupid. Yeah, nobody should be giving up. Let me say this from the heart. Yeah, nobody should be giving up the job, especially when you've got bills to pay, until you can replace that income with your online income. Yeah, and as we've already established, that takes hard work. What always amazes me, James, is you'll get people that will spend 20 hours a week online gaming, but they won't put 2 hours an evening after work into their online business to, you know, break that mold and get away from the job.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've had this conversation with friends, family. You know, they hate the job that they're in, and then when an opportunity arises to kind of set something up on their own, they like the idea of it, but when they realize that they then need to work that full-time job and this other job, then it's too much for them and they quit.
Yeah.
When they realize that and they don't realize the fact that by doing that and working that bit harder for a bit of a time, you can then walk away from that job and make way more money than you would have ever made in the job that you had.
Yeah. Again, that's what we've been saying throughout this show. Hard work, focus, dedication. That's what differentiates our viewers from the average person, because the average person won't do what's necessary to change their circumstances. That's just the reality of life.
And it's actually quite a good thing, though, because it does separate the shepherds from the sheep. Because
yeah, of course.
When we talk about, sorry, you just froze up, Tony. You froze up there.
Yeah, I was just agreeing with you. I'm saying, yeah, of course, that's the case.
Yeah, I think because going back to one of it's oversaturated. There's millions of people in the marketplace. There is. But a lot of the people that you think are in the marketplace aren't really in the marketplace. They might put the occasional email out, or they might do the occasional review video, or they might occasionally do something else or bring a product out, but they're not really in it. They're playing at it. And again, going back to the conversation about kind of not quitting your job.
Yeah.
You might hate that job, but use your hatred for that job as the fuel to push you on to get the business that you truly.
Yeah, I couldn't have said it better myself. Spot on.
Yeah, I feel that sometimes that you hate that job and you whinge and moan. Instead of whinging and moaning, instead of that time that you're actually dragging somebody else down, making them listen to you, then just say, okay, this is a bit of a crap situation. What am I going to do about it? And that is what was with the kind of the platform for me to springboard out of a negative spiral that I was in when COVID hit and I had no income sources, to come into this. And obviously I'm never going to look back from that now. You know,
no, of course not. And like you say, you've got to use that as a motivation.
Definitely.
It should be your biggest motivation, you know.
Absolutely.
Aside from obviously wanting the best for yourself and your family, that aside from wanting the best for yourself and your family, that should be your biggest motivation, your biggest driving force to get away from the job. Yeah.
Yep. And here's another one. You can start with no investment.
Okay. Guys, I've got news for you. No, you can't. Because you're going to need basic things like web hosting, basic tools like an autoresponder, etc., etc. You're going to need page builder. And don't get me wrong, you can get free trials of these things, but ultimately they're going to cost you. So you don't need fortunes to get started, but you are going to need some money to invest. You're investing in your business and yourself at the end of the day, yeah?
And I think a lot of people don't realize that it's a business. You know, I mean, I think sometimes it's that magic button conversation that we've been having peppered through this whole conversation. Oh, I'm going to press this, I'm going to be rich. The bottom line is it's a business. If you were a mechanic or a lawyer or a doctor or whatever, you didn't say, oh, I'm going to be a doctor, and you put a white coat on and a stethoscope, and now you're working in the hospital making 150,000 a year. You know, it doesn't happen. You've got to put your time in, and it doesn't need to be the same scale of time that you put into a conventional business, but you still need to put some time in. And if you can't put in a lot of time, then you need to put a lot of effort into the short time spaces that you have. A lot of people I speak to, they talk about, I put 10 hours a day into my business. And actually the reality is they spend 10 hours a day on Facebook and messing about, and they might have done a little thing or created a little graphic or wrote something, but they've not actually put 10 hours into their business. And that's when it all starts going horribly wrong with all those distractions.
Yeah, that's where the focus comes in, James, isn't it?
Of course.
When I'm talking about focus, guys, I'm talking about dedicated focus, where you have got a list of things that you want to achieve that particular day or week, and you tick them off as you go along, and you don't stop until you've done that. That's what I'm talking about. But unfortunately, too many people do what James has just been explaining, and they end up just running around in circles, getting nowhere.
These things, put them on silent.
Yep.
Put them on silent. Don't have any distractions. And again, I'm going to share a method that I learned recently. It's called the Pomodoro Technique. And I don't know if anybody's ever heard of the Pomodoro Technique, but it's basically these little egg timer type things that you would get in the kitchen. A Pomodoro is a tomato, and you would set it to 20 minutes, and you would work constantly on that one thing, and for 20 minutes, then take 5 or 10 minutes off, and then go and set it again and get back in focus, because anything distracting you round about, you don't realize how much time that actually takes out of that process. And that can make a huge difference. The Pomodoro.
Yeah, I think that's a really good suggestion for the viewers, James. But ultimately, everyone will find their own way, and they'll have their own technique of how they want to make sure they focus on what they're doing. But ultimately, as long as they do that and achieve that, that's what matters at the end of the day, isn't it?
Whatever works, Tony. Exactly.
Whatever works for everyone's different. We're not saying that everything we say, do it our way, guys, because you're going to find your own way, your own individual people. But we can certainly guide you in the right direction, yeah?
Next question. It takes money to make money online.
The reality is, it does to a certain degree. If you're going to be a product creator, it certainly does, because you've got to invest in developing your products before you can sell it. So, yeah, from that perspective, it does. If you're going into something like affiliate marketing, apart from the tools that we've just mentioned, where you might need a page builder for your bonus pages, or an autoresponder to send your emails out. Other than that, you don't need there's very little investment needed.
Yeah, a little bit of time, but as I say, I mean, you could probably get away with a couple $100 would probably get you everything you would probably need, and maybe an ongoing $17, $20 autoresponder account.
The most valuable thing you'll ever invest in your online business, James, is time. Your time. That's the most valuable asset you've got.
And you can't get it back. So you best make use of it when you can.
So would you rather spend your time on improving yours and your family's life going forward, or would you rather spend it doing 2 or 3 hours gaming every night? Again, guys, there's nothing wrong with gaming. I have the odd game of FIFA myself, etc. But it's time limited for me.
So you were going to be one of those more Fortnite type guys.
Yeah. James, you know what I mean? It's some people, they've got the priorities all wrong if they want to achieve certain things. Yeah,
absolutely. I think something that most people in business and it's not just internet marketing, but it's premature gratification. Everybody wants the fancy car, the chill out time now, before they've earned it.
Yeah.
You know, they want the fancy car, so they take it on hire purchase, and they don't pay the 30,000 for it. They end up paying 45, 50,000 because they're paying it up. And when the time it comes to sell it, it's worth nothing, you know, as opposed to save some money, you know, or put the time in, you know, whatever that is, put it in first. And then, you know, you don't go to a farm and there's loads of corn there, but he's never planted it. You know, you've got to plant the seeds. It's got to grow. You've got to
you've got to do the hard work first, yeah,
before you can actually take the crops. Absolutely, exactly. You know, so again, I mean, a lot of the questions I've kind of got up here are quite similar. Earning money online is a piece of cake.
What's your answer to that?
No. No.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Again, no, it's not easy, guys. If it was easy, nobody'd have a job and everyone would be online earning the living. The fact is, again, I don't want to keep being repetitive, but it's hard work, dedication, focus. That's, if you do that, you will earn a long-term sustainable income online. Yeah.
And you need a lot of technical know-how. This is quite similar to our previous question.
Yeah, we touched on this. We touched on this earlier, didn't we? No, you don't, guys. There's people you can hire to do all the technical stuff, or there's plenty of free, regardless of what people tell you. Yeah, there's plenty of free information online if you just go on the search engines. Yeah, and it's really good, informative information. Isn't that what the internet was all about at the end of the day, at the beginning? Yeah,
information superhighway, brother.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah.
There's loads of really superb free information out there, James, that I use on a daily basis. You know.
Yeah, as opposed to I used to just buy every course out there, but now I don't.
You're the perfect. You were the perfect customer, James.
I was the perfect customer. People used to say James Kennedy's coming. They're like, oh, book the holiday. Now the one, and obviously this is tying us into a segue into the next question. One all-inclusive course is all you need.
Oh God,
the Holy Grail course. Yeah.
I can't even begin to tell you how much this frustrates and annoys me when I see these sort of courses. Guys, I've been doing this for quite a long time. James has got some time served under his belt now. And I'm sure we can both confirm this, yeah? You're learning something new every single day in this business, yeah? There is no... Trust me when I tell you this, before you start paying thousands of dollars for courses, yeah? There is no one course fits all out there, regardless of what these gurus tell you, yeah?
Yeah, I mean, I have invested in quite a lot of high-ticket courses, and I'm going to be honest, I have learned a lot of stuff in certain courses, but again, I buy another course and I learn things that were not in that other course, you know, and as I say, I don't want to kind of send anybody down the spiral of buying lots of high-ticket courses. It's not something that I would recommend, but do your research, work out what course is going to fit the product or the mindset where you want to be. And that course will probably give you a lot of the answers, but they'll all be a part that's not going to be there. And you might need to invest in something else down the line when you've got created an income from these courses. You know, make sure. And what again, from my perspective, and again, this, I don't know how you feel on this, Tony. This is something that I do think is a great investment. When you do invest in a high ticket product, you then become a part of that high ticket network. And I've loved the saying for many, many years, your network determines your net worth. And the bigger your network with people that are kind of like-minded, I think is certainly beneficial. It has been for me. I don't know your spin on this. We might agree to disagree. But as I say, for me, I have definitely found being a member of various high-ticket products have been beneficial to me, because it's either I found somebody that knew something. That person might have been someone who I needed to do something for me. Yeah.
Yeah, this is where me and you slightly differ.
Yeah,
and don't get me wrong. I'm not saying you've done the wrong thing there by paying that sort of money for that sort of course. But let me ask you this question: are you earning anywhere near the level of the person you bought the course off?
No. But by no manner of means, no.
Okay. I get what you said about the networking. In my opinion, I think you can, networking is essential to your online success, regardless of what niche you're in or whatever. You need to be connected, guys, with like-minded people. Yeah, that's very important. But I've personally found I've never had to pay for that. I managed to connect with people and build my network purely organically.
Yeah. And again, I think a lot of the things on internet marketing, I think that there's a trade-off. You either invest the money or you invest the time.
Yeah.
I've invested money to get my network up to the nowhere near your level anyway, but it's took you probably quite a bit of time for the years building up those.
Oh yeah. I wouldn't dispute that, James. And I'm not saying for 1 minute that you've probably learned some things a lot quicker because you've invested in that particular training or course. Yeah. So I'm not saying that you've not benefited from.
No. As I say,
but I just think for the people that don't have that sort of a budget out there, there's other ways you can do it that are a lot cheaper or free.
Free, absolutely. I mean, like if you've got the time to do the research and scour YouTube, you can pretty much find everything you'll ever need to know on YouTube without ever investing a single penny on any course. But it's whether people have got that time or whether they don't. But again, as I say, I knew this. I left this question to the very end because I knew that would be probably the only one that we would be slightly controversial on, because obviously we've came from two different camps. When I came in, I had to start making money fast, and obviously.
Yeah. All I will say is that I personally have never spent the sort of money James is talking about on a high level course.
On a high level.
Did we freeze up then?
We did, yeah.
I'll just repeat that, guys, because I think we froze up slightly. I personally have never invested that sort of money in any high level course and never would. But that, again, that's just my personal opinion. That doesn't mean you shouldn't do that, and for the right course and the right mentor. But that's down again to you doing your due diligence and looking at the costs involved. Yeah.
For the record, Tony still makes an awful lot more money than me, so his advice is always solid. So from that point of view, it's down to
James, don't be shy. You're getting there. You're doing well.
We're doing all right. We're getting there. I can afford a McDonald's this weekend, let's say that. Tony, that's all the questions I've got for you to obviously from me ask you questions. Anything else you would like to add to this conversation?
Oh yeah, I mean, I did promise the viewers that I'd tell them the secret. Okay, now guys, I'll need you to remember that this secret, it took me years to find this out. It's going to save you tens of thousands of dollars and years of your valuable time. And the secret about making money online is this: there is no secret. Got that?
What?
James, I know it's a surprise, but the secret is there is no secret. Again, without repeating ourselves, hard work, dedication, focus will get you to where you want to be, and nothing else. If your aim is to build a long-term sustainable income online, it's those three things you need to do.
And can I add one wee thing in there? Just one little thing.
Go on.
Align yourself with like-minded people.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
Find your mentors. Whether you actually call them your mentor, old mentor, nothing like that. But find people that are a step or two ahead of you, and try and adhere yourself to them. Maybe help them out, do a favor for them, and create. I mean, obviously, our relationship became through me promoting one of your offers, Tony.
Yeah.
And obviously we started to speak, and then I became a part of one of your groups, and we've built a relationship over that time. And now we have a YouTube channel, we've got a podcast, and coming very, very soon, we've got our first product creation together.
We've got our first joint product launching very soon, guys. Watch this space.
Yeah, which is excellent. And it just goes to show you, just by reaching out completely innocently, I seen Tony had a great product. I was really interested in promoting that product, and I've done pretty well promoting that product. And from that, we created a conversation, because I'm not somebody now that's literally a wannabe that wants review access to a product, and I haven't got any sales experience. I've actually made some money for me and for Tony, so he knows that I'm serious. So then it opened up a door for conversations. But had that not been the case, where it was a product that I was promoting of Tony's, it might have been a case of, hi Tony, I've been watching your channel, and you know, I'm a graphic designer and I've just designed this really cool thing for you, a gift, because I've got so much value from your services or your YouTube channel or whatever that is. I've given you something free as a kind of token to kind of, hi, I'm here and I want to kind of get to know you better. I don't know if that's something you've ever done in the past, but it's certainly gained me.
Oh, James, I do it all the time, even now. I mean, you can't, in any business, but especially in an online business, you know, your community, all your connections are online and everything. You can't just keep taking all the time. You've got to give back, you know, especially to guys. I don't mean this being derogatory, but newbies. It's just a terminology for new people in our industry. But for new people coming into our business, you've got to give back. Else, why are we learning all this stuff in the first place? You know, you've got to pass it on to new people coming into the business, because ultimately they're the lifeblood of your business going forward, aren't they?
Absolutely. But also, with the other flip side of the coin, don't steal too much of these people's times, because time is the most valuable commodity that they have. So if you start becoming a nuisance, without being too blunt, if you become a nuisance and you actually become a time thief, where you're actually stealing time from these people, they will kind of cut you off pretty quickly. So just be respectful of them. Time, and obviously don't ask them 1,000 questions on one thing and then you don't actually implement them, and then you come back and ask them the same thing next week. You're never going to get any respect gained.
No, totally. I think the thing to remember, you know, that our viewers need to remember, is that anybody they ever reach out to, they're running a business, and that takes time and energy, and they needn't necessarily be able to get back to you straight away. It may be a couple of days before they can even respond. But just, you know, keep that in mind, that they're running their business. So the fact that they even respond to you proves, you know, that they're a genuine person and they're trying to help you in some way.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, I've thoroughly enjoyed this conversation today, guys. It's been really insightful, and it's gave me a great opportunity to obviously pick Tony's brains as well, without actually picking Tony's brains, making it look as if it's all about yours, but really I was learning this.
Yeah, it's about our show, isn't it? But ultimately, hopefully for the viewers, it's giving them a bit of insight into, you know, some of the myths that are out there and the lies, and it's given them a bit of, you know, real truth about certain topics.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you froze up there again, Tony. You froze up. Okay, but as Tony,
they've, you know, maybe not understood fully previously. Sorry, James.
You froze up again, Tony. There, we missed that last.
Right. Sorry, I'll just explain. I'll say hopefully. Yeah. First of all, sorry about the internet connection. Hopefully, you know, the show today sort of help people understand and bust a few of the myths that they've heard about earning a living online. Yeah,
Excellent. I mean, as that knife just cutting through a lot of the BS today has been very insightful for me.
Oh yeah, and there's a lot of BS, James, as we know.
There's a ton of BS, guys, you know, and it's one of those things that if you come in here and you are brand new and you have never heard anything about any of this before, you can really get sucked in, and before you know it, you're thousands and thousands of dollars into the process before you actually realize, well, actually, I didn't really need to buy all that stuff, you know.
Can I say one more thing to the viewers before we end the show?
Please.
Do one thing for me, guys. Go away. Add up all the money you've spent on products or training courses over the last 12 months or however long you've been, you know, looking at earning a living online. You'll be amazed and, you know, probably a little bit disappointed in yourself of the amount of money you've spent. Because when you're spending $20 here, $50 here, $70 there, it doesn't sound like it's a lot. You add all that money up, and I genuinely know you'll be surprised.
Tony, I went through this exercise, not obviously, you've obviously said this to me before, but I've done this for my accounts. when I was obviously putting my accounts in for a couple of years ago when business was pretty good with the tourism side of things. And I had spent over $9,000 on stuff that I had never used. The only one thing that I used was a video animation software. That was out of everything. It was the only thing I used.
Yeah, if viewers do that exercise, James, as you've done yourself, as you've just said, and I've done myself in the past, they'll be astounded. They'll be shocked by how much money they've spent. Yeah. And when they actually look at what they actually use of the stuff they bought, again, they'll be astonished.
Yeah.
And probably disappointed in themselves. But don't be, because a lot of people have done it, including ourselves, yeah? What I would say, guys, if you're going to spend money, you need to be spending money on tools that are going to help you in your business, or that
Tony, you've
allow you to offer a service that you can sell to earn money. Sorry, I'll say that again, guys. Yeah, if you're going to, can you hear me okay now?
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, what we're saying, James, is if our viewers are going to spend money on products, they need to be spending that money on products that
you're locking up again.
Are going to help them, that are going to help them in their business, or that are going to help them offer services to other businesses that they can sell those services to earn money. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, on certain training courses to help educate you about a certain topic. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Forget these one button press, become rich concepts. It doesn't work. Trust me. No. I've probably bought about 50 or 60 in the last 3 or 4 years.
Yeah, but between us, we could probably give our viewers 100 of those push button products for free.
Yeah, literally. And I've pushed a lot of the buttons. Believe me, my fingers are sore pressing the button, and it's still not working. It really.
No. I'm still waiting for the money.
I'm sure it's getting wired to somebody else's Swiss bank account somewhere. It's certainly not going to mine's. That's for sure.
It's the same as this. It's the same as this new traffic resource. I'm still waiting for that.
Is that never seen before new revolutionary method, Tony?
Yeah, that's the one, James. Yeah.
That's the one. That's going to be the one. All those other products we bought before, they don't matter. It's this one that's coming right now. And sadly, we've all bought into that so many times. And we hope that you guys that are watching this video right now don't do that. Thank you.
Yeah, guys, me and James are joking about this, but it's a serious thing. You see these traffic products all the time. The truth of the matter is there's 3 types of traffic. Free, so that's organic from the search engines or the social media platforms. Paid, so, Google ads, Facebook ads, YouTube video ads, whatever the case may be, or affiliate traffic. That's the only 3 kinds of traffic that exist. You can get solo ad traffic, but I would class that as paid traffic as well in that category. So you've only got 3 sources of traffic, and don't let anybody convince you differently. Yeah.
Tony, can I ask you to expand slightly on affiliate traffic? Because I've never ever heard that. I know, obviously, I know a bit more about it, but could you?
Okay, so I've got a product that I want affiliates.
You want affiliate? Right? You froze up again.
Oh, and you're an affiliate, James. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, sorry, I've got a product to promote, and I've got a product I want to sell, and you're an affiliate. You want to promote it. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you promote my product, but instead of when a sale is made, instead of me getting all the profit, you as the affiliate in general get 50% of that profit. You get 50% of each sale. Yeah. So again, that comes up, even though it's affiliate traffic, and some people will class it as free traffic. It's not, because I don't class as giving you 50% of my sale as free.
No.
So it's just another form of paid traffic. Yeah.
Yep. And the nice thing about that is, although obviously it's a hefty price ticket to pay, if it's a digital product or service that you're offering and it's all there already, and Tony's not having to put any time into you personally. If you buy that product, he's got that platform, and all you're getting is access, and all that will be set up through his platform, which is automated. The thing is, you don't pay for that advertising, not unless you get a sale. So correct. Although it's an expensive part of but you're giving them half of the money. You've done all the work, but you're giving them half the money. But the hardest part really, although obviously the content takes long time, money, investment, but the hardest part is getting the sale. So that person gets the sale, and not only have they got you 50% of the money, but you've now got that person on your mailing list for your future products. So there's huge value in that as well.
Yeah, and you know, let's understand me correctly here, James. You know, affiliates are a very, very valuable and powerful resource for vendors that sell products. You know, let's not misunderstand each other here. They're a very valuable resource, and you know, and I personally appreciate every affiliate that's ever promoted for me. So yeah, you are giving a percentage of your profit away, but you would be doing that with paid ads anyway, wouldn't you? So it's a trade-off, yeah.
And exactly, and those paid ads might not generate the money that you put out. You know, it's a gamble, as opposed to there's no gamble when you're getting an affiliate marketer to promote for you, because they only get paid for what they earn.
Yeah, and generally you're getting very targeted traffic as well, James, which is key to conversions, as you know.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Well, this has been very insightful for me. I hope it's been insightful for the viewers. I've thoroughly enjoyed this one, Tony.
Me too.
Brilliant. Okay, well, guys, that's the end of the show. Stay tuned. Again, we're going to be having much more conversations between me and Tony, as well as interviewing some interesting people and reviewing some exciting products in the weeks and months coming forward. So stay tuned. Thanks so much for watching. And again, if you want to make some comments below, please like, subscribe, and share the resources here that we've got with your friends and family as well, if you think they will benefit from it. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you again soon in the next episode. Take care.
Bye for now, guys. Take care.
Bye.